vulnerable, and indispensable. That's how they talk about the pancreas. This organ in the human body plays the role of that essential cog, the damage of which can disrupt the entire system, and the cunning of this process lies in its asymptomatic course. Did you know that? If not, this video is for you. After watching it, your world will never be the same again. Taking care of the pancreas will become the #1 priority. This is what the pancreas looks like, the main organ for two equally important systems in our body, the endocrine and digestive systems. The dreaded diabetes that puts you on an insulin needle is directly linked to the malfunction of the pancreas. Its function in the endocrine system is the production of two important hormones, insulin and glucagon. As you know, insulin lowers the blood glucose level, while glucagon raises it. When food enters our body, the pancreas acts as a regulator and stabilizer in the glucose exchange process. Malfunctioning of the pancreas leads to an insufficient secretion of insulin, which in turn regulates the necessary amount of glucose filling the human's internal organs. This results in an excess of sugar. Now pay attention. If the pancreas is painful and due to diabetes, sugar levels are constantly fluctuating, insulin production ceases, which accelerates the breakdown of carbohydrates into simple sugars, and the ability to transport them into insulin-dependent tissues, such as adipose and muscle tissues, is lost. As a consequence, hyperglycemia, a sharp increase in blood glucose, increased glucose levels in the blood, and a deficiency of it in cells lead to a lack of energy and the accumulation of so-called ketones, byproducts of fat breakdown. Their presence changes the blood TEAT to the acidic side, and ketoacidosis develops, a severe complication of diabetes with a possible fatal outcome. Now, let's talk about the digestive system. Did you know that the main role here is not played by the stomach? Yes, as you may have guessed, it's the pancreas. The stomach, in order to digest food and then send it to the duodenum, produces acid. This seemingly straightforward digestive process could be deadly for a person, if not for the salvation provided by the pancreas. It secretes special enzymes to digest proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and the pancreatic secretions create a weak alkaline environment that neutralizes the excess stomach acid. Otherwise, the acidic food would simply burn its walls. Now it's clear why the intestines hurt. It means that something is wrong with the pancreas. The most common disease of the pancreas is its inflammation. In medicine, this condition is called pancreatitis. It can be acute or chronic. By the way, acute pancreatitis ranks third among abdominal diseases requiring treatment in surgical hospitals. According to global statistics, between 200 and 800 people out of a million are affected by acute pancreatitis each year. Diagnosing pancreatitis is very difficult, but it can easily be mistaken for other diseases. Therefore, it's essential to know the enemy in person. Let's look at the symptoms of pancreatitis. Let's start with acute pancreatitis. It is characterized by unbearable pain in the abdominal region. Depending on which part of the pancreas is inflamed, the pain can be in the right or left upper abdomen, in the epigastric region, or it can even be a belt-like pain. The pain worsens when lying on the back and becomes especially intolerable after consuming fatty, spicy fried foods or alcohol. Heartburn, nausea, and vomiting are observed. The temperature is rising. In addition, with acute pancreatitis, there may be shrieking and yellowing of the skin. Bruises and even bleeding around the navel area may appear. In such symptoms, it is necessary to immediately call an ambulance, as the danger of acute pancreatitis lies in the high likelihood of developing severe complications. When infected with bacteria in the inflamed pancreatic tissue, they reside in the small intestine. Necrosis of sections of the pancreas and the formation of abscesses are possible. Without timely treatment, including surgical intervention, this condition can be fatal. Unfortunately, many people tend to dismiss their health issues, naively assuming they just got food poisoning or feel discomfort after a lively party with barbecue and alcohol. They endure the pain without realizing that rapid tissue necrosis of the pancreas is happening at that very moment. It's not certain that this acute exacerbation will end fatally. The pain may go away as it came. What's more frightening is that pancreatitis can progress into a chronic form, destroying the functional tissue of the pancreas. This inevitably leads to problems with the digestive system and the thyroid gland's functioning. Diabetes is also not far off. Chronic pancreatitis is also accompanied by acute pain, loss of appetite, and digestive disorders. Pay attention to your stool. It may be yellowish with undigested food particles. Be wary if you experience frequent bloating after eating any meal. Sudden weight fluctuations should also be concerning. All these are compelling reasons to consult a doctor who will diagnose the unpleasant condition and start its treatment. Various laboratory tests are used to assess the condition of the pancreas. A complete blood count may reveal an increased number of leukocytes, indicating inflammation. In a biochemical blood test, elevated levels of amylase and pancreatic lipase can be detected. Frequently, increased blood sugar levels and certain enzymes are also found. A urine test may show a possible increase in amylase and diastase levels. And finally, the most crucial stool analysis will help detect undigested food residues. If, after visiting a doctor, it turns out that you have problems with your pancreas, you should categorically avoid the following foods: onions, sorrel, spinach, radishes, horseradish, rhubarb, bell peppers, seasonings, and hot spices. Additionally, you should exclude goose and duck meat, lamb, and lard. Avoid fried meat, kebabs, sausages, and meat delicacies. All kinds of fish and meat preserves, meat broth, and jellied meat are prohibited. Remove fatty cottage cheese and sour cream, sharp and smoked cheeses, legumes, tomatoes, cakes, sweet pastries, ice cream, and chocolate candies from your diet. Alcohol, coffee, and carbonated beverages are not allowed either. So what can you eat, you might ask? You can have lean meat, lean pork, veal, chicken, rabbit, and turkey. You can also have lean fish like pike, flounder, pollock, and cod. Grains such as oatmeal, semolina, and rice are allowed. Pasta made from hard wheat varieties, non-fat dairy products, and vegetables like potatoes, zucchini, beets, and carrots are also recommended. As you can see, you can live quite deliciously even with some restrictions. The main thing is to take care of your nerves, as stress, by the way, is a great friend of pancreatitis and an archenemy of the pancreas. If you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends. You are watching the Health in Your Hands channel.